first question I have for you, because I know everybody's probably wondering, Uncle Sigh.
Yes.
Duck Dynasty. Is that where the name came from?
Yes, Chip McEwen of Wounded Warrior Stable named him after the character Uncle Sigh. Now, I'm bad because I don't watch the show. I haven't watched it, but I will watch it one of these days. I've seen the commercials and he looks like a very flamboyant guy. So that is who he's named after.
Does the horse share any personality traits in common?
You know, I don't know, but I think all those guys are kind of laid back, and the horse is very much cool, calm, collected, and laid back horse. He's a very cool dude. He's not a high-strung horse by any means.
No, and he didn't seem like it, and that was kind of my impression when I first saw him. He seems like he has a bunch of personality.
That's his greatest attribute. He really does. He's a very personable horse. He'll bite you, but he'll bite you with his ears up. You know, he likes biting people. He's a good guy.
Does he really?
Yes.
Like a full-on bite or just a nip?
You know, he'll draw a little bit of blood or just a nice bruise. He got me a couple times, which makes him a very good biter. But he doesn't mean anything by it. He does it in a nice way.
So why did you have the blinkers? Because he is too laid back? Is he looking at birds and people and whatever else is around?
In every one of his races, I have seen either a hesitancy or I have seen a distraction in him. But he's ran so well, I didn't want to put blinkers on him at that point. You know, in the Withers, he ran second, and I thought he was waiting on that horse. In the Gotham, he was between horses, and he was a little bit intimidated, but he ran so good, he got beat a neck to perhaps the best horse in the country. So I didn't want to switch to blinkers. In the Wood, the horse outside of him was acting up in the gate, and he kept glancing over at him, and that horse was really, that was social inclusion. He was really bad boy that day. And sure enough, just as they're about to spring the gate, my horse looks over again at social inclusion, boom, they spring the gate, we're last. So it's time to give him a little focus.
So did you really call the owner months ago and say that you would be in the Derby?
Huh, a long time ago. This horse, first of all, when I saw the...
be in the Derby, win the Derby.
Well,
right?
I think I said, we're going to the Derby. Trainers know better than to say they're ever going to win anything, even when they're 10 in front at the 8th pole. We don't say we're going to win. But I liked this horse from day one. I said back in the 2-year-old sale last February, I said, you want a Derby horse? This is the horse we need to buy. In October, he came to my barn at Belmont. I worked him his first half a mile, and he worked so good. I called the owner and said, Chip, we're going to the Derby. He'd only been a half a mile. He's got a manager, a woman. She calls me up. She says, what are you telling him you're going to the Derby for? What are you, stupid? You never tell an owner that. You're just going to set him up for disappointment. And I said, you know, she's probably right to some degree, but I felt it, and I said it. And here we are. So it worked. It's one of those rarities that actually worked out.
How pleased have you been with how he's raced? Because I think that you have a horse that's sitting in a perfect spot to throw in a great effort.
I've been very pleased. Throw out the Wood, he got left. Before that, he has been 100% racehorse right down to the wire every single time he's run. In his maiden race, his maiden victory, and the two stakes after that, he tried every inch of the way, and you gotta love a horse that tries.
Now I have to ask you had said maybe the best horse in the country in one of his prior races?
Samrat.
Yes, so you think that's the horse to beat in this race?
Well, Chrome is a good horse, but he's done it on his home field. It's hard to say who the best horse is right now. There's a couple of really good horses in this race, but I think my horse brings his race to the competition, so I think I have a chance.
How would it feel to win this race?
It would be awesome. I mean, that's every trainer's bucket list, is to win the Kentucky Derby, and that would be everything. And it would be especially rewarding because this whole stable is all about our wounded war vets, and that means more to me than anything.
Awesome. I'm good.
Thank you.
Thank you.